Hi guys, I'm Guglielmo from Guglatech. Today we will talk about airboxes, air filters, how to fix an air filters to avoid any kind of dust. Yes, we already did it because our filters have been designed to stop all kind of dust and sand and whatever comes in once oiled, and this we already know. Also, we designed the most amazing rubber. The compression set is optimal to seal any kind of airboxes, even KTMs. Yes, but what if? We have a couple of customers who moved to our system after mounting some competitor filter. We will not talk about brand. We don't talk about brands unless we can talk with the brands we are talking about. Nice play on words. What happened with them? This is the 790 Adventure Airbox. You know it very well. You know also how the system works with the two sledges. What happened with their filter is that having used a competitor filter which had a much harder rim, plastic-like, not rubber-like like ours, basically the plastic got bent due to thermal stress, mechanical stress, and compression stress. It means pushing down the plastic on plastic on plastic, against the plastic, everything got destroyed. Let's see why. First sledge, second, it's a wedge, okay? You know it very well. Then we take out the frame. It's not always that simple. And let's see what happened. You have here the filter mounted inside the airbox. We will use the airbox as a comparison. So it's like this, compressed and pressed against the hole. I cannot show you, it's still inside. Then we have the sledge, the wedge that goes in this rails here, okay, these two rails, and is basically pushing the whole frame against the airbox. But while pushing only the short sides, we have the long sides being pushed only by the forces transferred from the side to the center through these two sides. At the bottom, not even. At the bottom, there is also this, let's call it feet, that are hinging and pushing the feet into position. All is good. At the bottom, usually everything is fine. What is bending a lot is the top. Once here we have some hard plastic instead of rubber, those sides will try to bend back and push against the wedges, and basically there is no place for the wedge to go anywhere, so the wedge will simply arch. While arching this way, will also arch, and now I cannot do it because I'm afraid to break it, but basically it's bending this, creating an arch like this. So the compression at this part of the filter, which is the long side, will become less. So you will have no compression set. You cannot push the foam or the rubber against the filter seating, and thus you create a spot which may be wide enough to allow dust, even though you put some grease. What did you come up with? Well, actually, we had an idea after designing another filter system. Let's have a look. Yes, I know, you have been waiting for this for ages, and it took us some time. But, okay, allow me. We designed, obviously, the best air filter for the 690 and 701 as well. It's a piece of art. It's simply beautiful. What happens is that, again, here we have a mounting, although, again, KTM design has 2 points of pressures. One is here, where's the hinges, and one is here where you have the bolts. By the way, do not over-tighten or you will pull out the nut inside the plastic. This happened a lot of times, and there is already a fix on the web. What happened? Once this is under pressure, what we have is then on old airboxes, and whenever you have thermal stress, here again it will rise up. While rising, you have no compression on this long part of the filter. And so we were thinking, what do we do? Do we create a special here, a higher filter, but what? One airbox may be with the defect, another airbox may not have the defect, so we have to adapt. And so we did a soft compression system, which means we glued a neoprene high-density foam, the one we use for the Africa Twin 1000 CRF Honda frame filter. We use this special foam, which is very robust but also very soft, Gluing it here, we are allowing just the pressure to adapt itself and compress the rubber and our frame against the airbox. So through this, there is an adaptive compression system which will compensate the compression set that you need to close up the lid. And for the 690, it's simply wonderful. It works perfectly. So we're thinking, okay, let's do the same for the 790. Let's go back. What do we do? Now, since the main issue is here at the top, we will simply use a piece of our foam, which is self-adhesive, and you can even receive these plates, you can cut by yourself. You will receive them in the future together with the filter, so you can even fix mistakes done before you came to our solution. You may also receive the long one. They are the same. It's the same material, same compression set, just different colors. One is already cut, this one. In the other, you will have a pad like this that you can cut by yourself and use all the time you may need, or you are refreshing it, or the dust, it just took off the adhesive. So basically, we mount back the filter. Remember, whenever you're running dust, which means always, grease the lid, grease the inside of where the filter is sitting. We recommend lithium grease. We have here PTFE grease, which is Teflon. Use whatever grease. Do not use molybdenum grease. It's too black, it's too dirty, it gets everything dirty. Then you can even have sealing grease. Whatever you have home, you can use it easily. Silicone grease, some people would say no, because in case it ingested by the engine, then silicone might damage the catalyzer. Lithium is perfect. It's very cheap. You find it everywhere. That's it. So you will put the grease inside the airbox, grease the rim of the filter itself. You insert the filter normally. And once you're here, you put the wedge back. Before closing, you insert the rubber on top of the wedge, like this, okay? Then you just slide it down, give it a bit of slack. You help yourself maybe with the screwdriver or something to insert the foam between the two. Push down, and here you are. You have created a compression point, self-adaptive, because it's softer than whatever it's supposed to be, but will push the proper amount, will put the proper pressure amount on the part that may not seal correctly, thus allowing the bracket and the sledge to adapt the correct pressure to the correct place. Sidewise, there is no need. At the bottom, usually it works very nicely. The problem usually is at the top, where it is simply bent over. You can do the same at the bottom, just you have to be more careful because you cannot live with the hands. It's quite easy. That's a solution. That might be the ultimate solution also for other filter producer. Obviously, ours is much better, but you can use that as a fix also for your bike. So, I hope you enjoyed the video. This is an easy fix for the compression set problem on a damaged airbox, original from KTM 790, and we recommend you to check always the sealing and wherever the filter might not seal properly. Apply grease, apply oil, and you will be safe and sound with the best air filter in the world. If you like the video, thumbs up. Please subscribe to our channel and follow us for more products, more adventure, and more info about your bike and our filter actually. Thank you so much. This is Guglatech.